I'm good. So, it's a special day today. Anybody knows why?
Yes, sir, because it's Ramnavami today.
Yeah, it's Ramnavami.
Last day of Navratri.
And also last day of Navratri. Okay, so now let us chant our prayers, which we decided to chant before we begin every time we meet. Can we do that?
What did
Let's
we
get
decide?
the second prayer.
You remember the second prayer?
No, I'm saying that I didn't see the second prayer.
कोई बात नहीं. You all can repeat after me. ठीक है? So join your hands. Om Agyana. I can't hear anyone. Put your mics on for the next 2 minutes. And repeat. Om Agyana.
Om Agyana
Timirandhasya.
Nirandasya
Jnananjana.
Jnananjana
Shalakaya.
Shalakaya
Chakshur. Unmilitam.
Amritam
Yena. Tasmai.
Tas
Shri Gurave Namaha.
Shri Guruve Namaha.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita.
Shri Advaita
Gadadhar.
Gadadhar
Srivasadi.
Srivastava
Gaura Bhakta.
Gaurata
Vrinda.
Vrinda
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So for those who missed the last session or the session before that, like Anvi, I'm just going to briefly revise what we did in the last two sessions. So we were discussing the avatars, the 10 avatars, and we have done 4. The first one is, who remembers?
Matsya Avatar.
Matsya Avatar. And second is the Matsya Avatar appeared, the Lord appeared in the form of a fish, giant fish, to protect his devotee King Satyavrat from the ocean of devastation. And he also instructed him in the science of God. Second avatar was Kurma. When there was the churning of the milk ocean, and the devatas and the demons, they were churning with the mountain as the churning rod. The mountain just sinks. So the Lord appears as a tortoise because the back of a tortoise is very, very strong, and he lifts this mountain and supports it on his back. And that's how the Kurma avatar happened, to help the devatas churn the nectar out of the milk ocean. Third is Varaha, when a demon named Hiranyaksha had submerged the earth in the ocean. So Lord Varaha appeared and he killed this demon and also reinstated Mother Earth in its original position. And number 4 was Narsingha,
Ram. Oh,
where Prahlad, a little boy, was being troubled by his father Hiranyakashipu, who was a very powerful demon who had conquered all the 3 worlds. But Lord Narsingadev appeared as a half man and half lion and killed him to protect Prahlad. So there are countless avatars of the Lord, but 10 are most prominent. And among those also, Two are very prominent, Lord Nrsimhadev and Lord Ram, whose birthday we celebrate today. And all over the world, Ramnavami is being celebrated. It is one of the most important festivals of India. And along with that, it is also the last day of Navratri. So Navratri, who do we worship these 9 days?
Durga.
Durga. Durga Ma.
Mother Durga. And anybody knows why we celebrate these 9 days? Why this Navratri is
A
celebrated?
battle with Mahishasur lasted 9 days.
Yes.
And on the 10th day, she, I think on the 9th day, she defeated him.
Yes.
That was it.
So she took 9 days to kill Mahishasur. The battle lasted. So this Navratri is in glorification of Mother Durga, because this signifies victory of good over evil. She killed this demon who was troubling everyone, Mahishasura. And Durga Devi is also known by many other names. Can somebody say those names?
I think one of them is Amba.
Amba, Durga, Uma. She's Parvati also. Chamunda, Vaishnavi, Kali, Ishani. These are all different names of Durga. And she's a very powerful personality in charge of this material universe. She and Lord Shiva. So that's why Navratri is celebrated. But there are two Navratris in a day, in a year. Anyone knows the significance? Why there are two Navratris?
Prabhuji, I just know that the
I don't
second Navratri is like in November, where like we don't fast, but at least I, like, my family does not fully fast,
Okay.
but we do this puja, like this puja at home every evening at 7 o'clock,
Hmm.
and yeah, we just do that, and then on the last day we like have this Havan ka type thing, and then
ठीक है. So there are two Navratris. There is a reason. So the reason is also connected to Lord Ram, whose birthday we are celebrating today. So this is called Chaitra Navratri, which we are celebrating, which comes in March, April. And then there is one in October, November, which is called Ashwini Navratri. And actually, original Navratras are these 9. When she killed the demon, Mahishasur. Then why those 9 days in October, November? So Lord Ramachandra, when he was fighting against the demon Ravan, so he worshipped Mother Durga for 9 days before he attacked Ravan personally, and to get her blessings. And on the 10th day, if you see that Navratri, which comes in October, November, the 10th day is Vijayadashmi or the Shehra, on the day on which Ravana was killed. So 9 days before that was Lord Ram's worship of Durga, and 10th day then he killed. That's why it's called Vijayadashmi. Since it was connected to Lord Ramchandra's worshipping of Durga, so that Navaratri became quite famous, more famous than this one. But originally it was this one. So whenever the Lord gets connected, that thing has to become more famous. Right? Understood why there are two Navratris? What is the significance? And during those 9 Navratris, people do Dandiya, Garba, and so much happens. But the main puja of Durga happens during these 9 days. But in Kolkata, I think that's Durga Puja happens during those days, those 9 days. 10th day is the Shehra. So this is the reason. Now, Ramnavami is the 9th day, as you can understand. Navami means 9th day. And what is the meaning of the word Ram? Who knows the meaning of the word Ram?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Ram is God.
What is the literal meaning of the word? Abhi, I can say Anvi. Anvi is a girl, but that's not the literal meaning.
Oh,
Okay, what is the literal meaning of the word Ram?
I don't know.
Who knows? Whoever answers will see Lord Ram face to face today.
Okay, fine. Let me guess.
All right. Ram means the reservoir of pleasure, reservoir of bliss, happiness. And we are looking for happiness in our life. Whatever
Yes.
we are doing, whether we are playing, studying, or somebody wants to become a big sports star, businessman, whatever, the ultimate goal is happiness. So Lord Ram is the source of all happiness or pleasure. So when we remember him, we pray to him, we take his shelter, he fills our life with a lot of happiness. And today is a special day because on birthdays, a person whose birthday it is most happy, isn't it? Like it's your birthday, for example, tomorrow. Wouldn't you be most happy?
Yes.
Huh?
We would be jumping, happy.
Yes, yes.
When I'm going to show us the magic.
You don't even sleep. Avishi, it was Shivya's thing. How have you taken over from her? Magic, magic, magic. Where is she? Where is Shivya and Aradhya? Radhya?
Yeah.
Shivya is here. And Radhya?
I don't know if Rajati will join.
Okay. ठीक
I
है.
think he has a basketball tournament or
So,
something.
Ramnavami. And what is the main reason behind Lord Ram's descent into this world? Why did he come? Because today's birthday, it's important to discuss, the
He
significance.
came to this world because the God sent him to kill all the demons.
No, he himself is God. So one more important point I wanted to mention. So I mentioned Lord Ramchandra worshipped Mother Durga for 9 days. Now that doesn't mean that Lord Ram is inferior to Durga or Durga is superior to Lord Ram, because Lord Ram is God. Durga is the Shakti of the Lord. But because Lord Ram is acting as a human being, so he's showing us how we must be very respectful to Durga also and seek her blessings. So Lord Ramchandra, there was a king of Ayodhya. What was his
Dashrath.
name? Dashrath. So this king was very powerful. He was ruling over this entire planet. He was very wealthy, educated, famous, influential, and he had everything that a person could aspire for, hope to achieve in his life. So much so that sometimes the devatas, the demigods in the heavens, they would be attacked by demons. They would seek Dashrath's help, and he could go to the heavenly planet. He was very powerful, but still there was one problem in his life.
He didn't have any children to inherit the throne.
So our life is also like that, isn't it? We'll have a lot of things. Uh, we say this, I have this, but I don't have this. How many of you feel like this? That there is
So
one.
it is said that Ramji also had an elder sister who was the first
Yes,
child of Dashrath.
yes, I'm
But
coming to that.
then, I
Yes.
know the whole thing.
So Dashrath, it's not that he had no children. He had a daughter named Shanta, but he had given it to his very dear friend Maharaj Rompad, who was also without any children. So out of affection, he had given the daughter to him.
No, I saw like there was like a rishi who was doing like a yagna, and he needed to become a householder to do that yagna so that Dashrath could have sons. So that is why he gave his daughter to that rishi.
No, it
As
was
the
out of
dowry.
affection, out of great friendship. And later, Dashrath Maharaj was extremely worried. He was getting old because he had no children, no son. He wanted a son to inherit the throne to continue his dynasty. But it was not in his karma. Ideally, destiny. Destiny is very powerful. So we may try hard, but if something is not in our destiny, it's very difficult. But that's where we need to learn very important thing is that we are human beings, and by making the right choices, we can change any situation. By making the wrong choices, we can spoil everything. So every time we make a choice, we are either spoiling our life, or actually we are making our life a better one. So choices is very important. What choices are the right or the wrong ones? That's what the scriptures tell us. Not that this person said this, that person said this, I read it on social media. So scriptures are the guidebooks. From there we learn what is right and what is wrong. So Dashrath Maharaj, he was very anxious. He didn't have a child. But then he was very fortunate. You know why? Why? He was very anxious. He was depressed. We also get depressed many a times. But he was fortunate
Why?
to have had one very powerful thing. Guess.
I don't know.
I have a question. Sir, you said that Dashrath had a daughter. So, which wife gave him that daughter?
I don't know.
Kaushalya.
I have
Kaushalya.
no- Kaushalya, Anvi knows. Okay. So Dashrath Maharaj, even though he was very anxious and worried, and he didn't know how to solve this problem, but he was very fortunate to have a guru in his life.
I was guessing it was, I was just guessing.
So a guru is someone who can take us out of any situation. He can resolve the issues. He can remove our confusion, doubts. So it's very important. All the kings in the past, they ruled under the directions of their gurus, because gurus would guide them on the basis of scriptures, and scriptures have solutions to every issue. So his guru told him, no, we should perform Ashwamedha Yagna. Because to have a son, something which is not in your destiny, you need to acquire a lot of pious credits. You have to have a lot of piety to have another child. And Ashwamedha Yagna can give you that much piety, punya, as they say. So we must deserve to desire. He didn't have enough credits. So that's when they performed an Ashwamedha Yagna. You know what is an Ashwamedha Yagna we read about in the scriptures? A horse is first duly worshipped and is let loose to roam around freely along with a division of army. And wherever the horse goes and whichever kingdom the horse steps into, that king, the local king, has to accept the kingship of the king to whom this horse belongs. So suppose I let loose, suppose I am the king and I let loose my horse and it steps into Kolkata. So you have to accept that now Kolkata is mine. And if you are refusing to accept, then you have to fight with the army which is accompanying the horse. So anyways, everybody easily accepted. Whoever tried to retaliate, they were defeated. And now the yagya needed to be performed. Imagine if we could perform the Ashwamedha yagyas today. You light some house and you let loose your horse and he steps into that house. This is mine now. Would you want to perform such a yagya? You want something and the horse enters that particular place. Now it's mine. This castle, this palace is mine.
Sir, this yagya was animal cruelty.
No,
Because then
We'll-
after the horse came back, he would like be I mean, he would be burned. The horse would be burned.
No, I'll come to that. There is a book that I'm writing now, the next book, which will, God willing, release around Janmashtami. And that book is in a question answer format. Like all the questions you have been asking and the elders are asking, all the questions are answered in that. So you'll have to wait till then. All those questions will be answered. Why did Krishna marry 16,108 queens? Why did Krishna not marry Radha?
Sir, I know the answer to the
You know,
first question.
we discussed, but
15,000 probably.
What was that?
15,000.
okay, you'll have to wait till August when I show.
What was that? What was that demon called who abducted the 16,000?
Narakasur. Okay, let's not deviate from the discussion. We can discuss all this in the end. So Ashwamedha Yagya was performed. Elaborate arrangements had to be made. Kings from all over the world had to come and give gifts to Dashrath Maharaj. They were making arrangements. The Ashwamedha Yagya was nicely done. And it was performed by a great rishi called Rishi Shringa. very powerful, very pure Rishi. And he knew Dashrath Maharaj's desire. And he said, now to fulfill your desire,
I have to be a housewife.
I'll perform a special yagya, which is called Putra Kameshti Yagya. What is the name of the yagya? Putra Kameshti Yagya.
What's the meaning of the second word after
Kameshti, yani ki Putra means son.
son?
Kam means desire. Ishti means pura kare. Like you have Ishtadev, somebody who is worshipped, something related to worship. Putra Kameshti Yagya. जो पुत्र की कामना से किया गया यज्ञ or the worship. So he performed that yagya, and the yagya starts. Elaborately, Rishi Shringa is putting oblations into fire. Now, there is something else happening in the heavens. At that time, a very powerful demon was ruling over the world, over all the three worlds. Any guesses?
I don't know.
Ravan. So Ravana was extremely powerful. Wherever he would go, he would just, for him it was like a shopping mall. The whole world was like a shopping mall. He would go everywhere, whatever he liked, he would just pick it up. He liked the Lanka, the palace made of gold. He threw his uncle out. He liked the Pushpak Viman he had. He just took it away. He liked some queens, princesses. He would just abduct them. It was like that. So all the devatas, they were very, very disappointed, depressed, because they were not able to carry out their duties. This Ravana was doing just the opposite. So they approached Lord Brahma. It is a system. They can approach Lord Brahma. When Brahma does not have a solution, they all go to Lord Shiva. And if Shiva also does not have a solution, they all go to Lord Vishnu then, who is in charge of the maintenance. And Lord Vishnu appeared in a beautiful, beautiful form. Have you all seen Lord Vishnu in his most beautiful form? How does he look like?
That's Jagannath, right?
No, Lord Vishnu, he is in his four-handed form, and he holds...
Oh yeah, he has lotus, shank, gada and chakra.
Yeah, he holds these four things in his hands. And what is the significance of these four things that he holds in his hands? Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma, the lotus. So this is Lord Vishnu, who is in charge of the maintenance. Beautiful, right? So he has his car, he has a vehicle, the name is Garuda Airlines.
Is the vulture, not, is it an eagle or a vulture?
Garuda Airlines, it is called.
Garuda is a vulture or eagle?
Yeah, it's in the category, but it's beyond that also. It's a divine eagle.
Looks like an eagle.
It is an eagle.
Carrier of Lord Vishnu. And he holds a lotus flower, conch shell.
So it is a half man, half.
Sudarshan Chakra and a club. So the club and Sudarshan Chakra are meant for punishing the demons, and the conch shell and the lotus flower that he holds are meant for blessing the devotees. So two symbols for blessings, two symbols for punishing. Two symbols for...
So the gada and the chakra are for punishing
the wrongdoers, yes. And Shankha and lotus flower are meant for blessing the right ones.
How will they bless like that?
God, don't try to impose your... we are limited. We don't have powers, but he is unlimited. He has unlimited powers, magical powers.
Prabhuji, isn't the eagle half, like the face is an eagle and then the
True. Yes.
body is that is a man, but like with a lot of hair.
Yes,
Half man, half eagle.
So we have to understand who is God, the all-powerful, the source of everything, and he's blessed with all the powers. But we are not. So we should not think that because we don't have any special ability, he wouldn't also have. He's blessed with all the powers. So Lord Vishnu appears to all the devatas And he says, so do not worry, I know your anxiety, and I will soon appear as the 4 sons in my 4 expansions, as the sons of King Dashrath, who's been longing for a son. Yes, Shivya.
Yeah, me and Abhishek need to leave for 10 minutes. Yeah, the puja.
In 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes or in 10 minutes?
For.
Okay. ठीक है. So I'll also be ending soon in 15 minutes. ठीक है. You go back and come. I mean, you go and come back. We'll see. We are still around. So Dashrath Maharaj wanted to have a son. He had 3 principal queens, Kaushalya,
Kekai.
and Sumitra. So Kaushalya was the eldest. Then there is Sumitra, and Kaikeyi was the youngest.
Sumitra was the youngest.
No, Sumitra was the middle one.
Sumitra was the middle.
Sumitra was the middle one. Kaikeyi was the youngest queen.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So he said, I will appear as the 4 sons of Dashrath and destroy this demon. But he also told all the devatas, you all also should assist me, help me in my mission. Not that he needs it, but he wants them also to work hard. Not that they just sit back and relax and don't do anything, expect the Lord to do everything for them. So he said, all of you also should appear on this planet Earth as monkeys and bears. Just imagine you are asking something from the Lord and he tells you, okay, I will fulfill your desire, but you become a monkey first. How many of you would agree? Become a monkey or a bear or...
I would do that as long as my desire is fulfilled.
But he said...
You know, Prabhuji, I would do that when my school gets over. Then I'll change back to my original form because I don't want to study right now.
But he said, these monkeys should not be ordinary monkey forms. So when you think of Lord Ram and his monkeys, don't think they were like small monkeys that you see when you go to Vrindavan or Chitrakoot or Ayodhya. They were Vanaras and they were blessed with immense powers. And Lord Vishnu said these monkeys should be blessed with all kinds of mystic siddhis, mystic powers. They should be able to change their form at will. They could become smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, and they should be blessed with immense physical strength. And these are the kind of monkeys who assisted Lord Ramchandra. And the devatas happily agreed, because if we get a chance to assist the Lord in his mission, who would refuse? It is a great blessing to be a part of the Lord's mission. Nobody can refuse. Only a fool would refuse. So that's how these monkeys were born. And it's not that devatas were born as monkeys. They could expand themselves into various forms. And they spread all over the earth. There were countless monkeys. And meanwhile, here the yajna is going on. And on the last day of the yajna, when the final ahuti was put, a very powerful, effulgent personality appeared from the Havan Kund.
It was the fire god.
No, it was he said, I am the messenger of Lord Vishnu, and he was carrying a pot of kheer in his hands. Paisam, kheer, whatever you want to call it, it was full. And he said, I've been sent by Lord Vishnu. And now please, because this yajna was specially meant for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. And only Lord Vishnu could change Dashrath Maharaj's destiny. See, we are all having a destiny. We are all destined to go through something, and nobody can change it, even our efforts can't. But if we pray to the Lord can change anyone's destiny. If somebody is expected to go through some misery, some suffering, if the Lord desires, if you pray to the Lord, he can be saved. Just like if a person commits a crime, according to the law, he will be put inside the prison. Isn't it? And he may be sentenced to death. But the president of the country can choose to pardon him, reduce his strength, his sentence, and he can even set him free. It happens many times. On 26 January, the president releases many prisoners, provided their conduct is favorable. So if an ordinary head of a state a mortal human being can have such power to pardon anybody who's been sentenced for 30 years in jail or sentenced to death, then why can't God have such powers? So he can change anyone's destiny. He can help us rise above all our problems. He can help us in any way we want. So because it was a yajna performed for Lord Vishnu, so Lord Vishnu specially sent his blessings in the form of this kheer, and he handed it over to Dashrath Maharaj. Dashrath was very, very happy. He said, give it to your queens and you'll be blessed with glorious sons. Then this Dashrath Maharaj, he offered his pranams to this person. It's not that Dashrath Maharaj took the kheer and he just got busy distributing it to his queens. He was very respectful. He circumambulated him, did his pradakshina, offered pranams, and then he left. This person disappeared. Then Maharaj Dashrath gave this kheer to his queens. He divided it among his 3 queens.
Can I continue?
Yes, please.
He gave them to he gave them first, he gave it to Kaushalya a little bit, then he gave it to Kekai, but he distributed it in half, so there wasn't any left for the for Sumitra. So Kaushalya and Kekai gave a little bit give their little bit kheer to Sumitra.
Yeah, so
A
there are
portion of this.
yes. So there are different versions to this, and all are correct because Ramayana happens in every millennium, and every millennium.
And that is why Sumitra had 2 children, because she had twice the amount of kheer.
Yes. So Ramayana takes place in every millennium, and little details may vary here and there. So one version also says that Dashrath Maharaj took that kheer, so he divided it into 2 parts. Half he gave to Kaushalya. Then the rest and the other half he divided it again into 2 parts. So half of it went to Sumitra. And then whatever rest he was left with, he again divided it into 2 halves. So one portion he gave to Kekai, and after some thought, the remaining he again gave it to Sumitra.
But why did he divide the remaining into
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. So the remaining he again gave it to Sumitra. So Sumitra got 2 parts. Now, why did he feel inspired to divide it into so many parts or give 2 parts to Sumitra? Isn't it? That's the question. So the reason is Sumitra, the second queen, was very, very humble and gentle. She was extremely humble, gentle, and her only desire in life was to serve Kaushalya and also Kekai, who was younger to her. But Sumitra was so humble; she always wanted to just be of some service, some seva to Kekai and Kaushalya both. And she had a desire that if she was ever blessed with children, her children should all their life serve the children of Kaushalya and Kekai. And Lord Vishnu knew this desire of hers, and therefore he inspired Dashrath Maharaj to divide the kheer in such a way that Sumitra got 2 parts. And therefore, in due course of time, on this particular tithi we are sitting, it's a very, very holy tithi, very special. Lord Ramachandra, Kaushalya gave birth to a very powerful, effulgent, beautiful son who was named Ram. Kekai gave birth to Bharat. And Sumitra gave birth
Lakshmana
to 2 children, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. And both Lakshmana and Shatrughna, Lakshmana became very attached to Lord Ram. He would always serve him. He would never.
Shatrughna became attached to Bharat.
And Shatrughna became very attached to Bharat. He would never leave his association. And that's how Sumitra's desire was fulfilled. So we might not sometimes express it, but the Lord knows our desires. All we have to do, we don't even need to ask him to fulfill our desires. All we have to do is just keep him in our heart always, keep him in our thoughts by regularly chanting his names, praying to him, remembering him, worshipping him. And if he's happy with us, he will, without asking, give us whatever we want. Yes, Anvi.
Sir, I have a question. In this picture,
Hmm.
why is Garuda holding a snake in his hands like a dupatta?
Snake is its natural food.
No, but why is he holding it?
No, it's not holding. It's basically carrying its food. It's like he's doing two things in one go. He's carrying Lord Vishnu and he's carrying his food also.
It said that
Like sometimes
Ravan tied Lord Ram and Lakshman with a very poisonous snake, and Ram fell unconscious, and Lakshman also fell unconscious. Then Garuda
came.
only ate the snakes and saved.
And that's also true. That's in Ramayana. But it's like, suppose your father goes to office for work and he sits in his car. There is a driver driving. So the driver can also drive him around, can also carry his lunchbox, his own lunchbox, the driver. So lunch for the Garuda is the snake, and he's also carrying the Lord. As simple as that. It's natural food for the eagle, the divine eagle Garuda. So today is a very special day. How should we celebrate it? One way of celebrating days like this, like Janmashtami, is to chant his names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.
But he's Ram, not
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare. So there is Ram in this. You can even chant Shri Ram, Jai Ram. That mantra you can chant, which Hanumanji chants always. So there is no difference. It's just the difference in the appearance. They are the same persons, playing different roles. So one way is to chant the Maha Mantra. You can chant Shri Ram, Jai Ram mantra. Hare Krishna mantra you can chant. Another way is you can also offer some special bhoga to the Lord on this day. You can offer some sweets, milk, root, whatever is possible. And you can hear his katha, which we just heard. And we can worship him, his picture or his deity, his form if you have at home. So basically the whole, you can do arati with the family. So basically you can visit the temple. The whole day needs to be spent in his seva, in his remembrance. And the reason is because this whole day is like a Shubh Muhurat, an auspicious time of the year. And this whole day is such that blessings are just overflowing for those who spend their day doing one or two or any of these activities which I just mentioned. Chanting his names, worshipping, arati, offering special bhoga, hearing his katha, visiting the temple to pay your respects. So anybody who participates in these festivities gets blessed immensely. So the whole day is just full of blessings. It's like you do little and the benefits, the blessings that you'll receive will be multiplied by millions compared to any other regular day. Like if you chant one name of the Lord today, it's like chanting millions of names compared to any other day. So it's a time where you do little and you get maximum. So we try to maximize so that we get more and more blessings. And blessings is something that we all need. Yes, Anvi?
Sir, I have another question. That if Krishna had almost 16,000 wives, more than that, then why did Ram have one wife? His own father also had more than one wife.
So when he got married to Sita, he had promised her that I would never accept any other wife. So it was just a sign of loyalty towards, because Lord Ram had appeared to play a different role. Every incarnation of the Lord that comes to this world, it has a different purpose. Like Lord Narsingadev appeared for protecting Prahlad. Now you don't hear of Lord Narsingadev going around and stealing butter, isn't it? He's just there to kill demons and protect his devotees. So similarly, Lord Krishna.
So why didn't Krishna make this promise to his wife?
So similarly, Lord Krishna appeared to establish his supremacy over all other incarnations, that he's unlimited Lord, he's the source of everyone. So he could do whatever, and he was showing that as God, it is his duty to give shelter to whoever approaches him and reciprocate with their desires. Lord Ram, when he appeared as Lord Ram, he had appeared to establish maryada for human beings. Understood? He was establishing standards for the human beings, that all human beings, how they should be loyal sons, loyal husbands, loyal kings, loyal leaders, loyal friends. So he was establishing standards for humanity. But when he appears as God, like when he appeared in his full-fledged form as Krishna, he was there for everyone. How many ever people approached him for shelter, he gave them shelter. Why 16,000? He could have married 16,000 crores and still made them happy and maintained them as well.
Sir, it is said that when Dashrath was about to sacrifice that horse, Ram stopped him and he had made a horse out of gold, and he had asked Dashrath to sacrifice the gold horse instead of the real one.
No, this is not the right version, because Ram was not even born at that time. The whole yagya was to get Ram. Isn't it?
That was the other Putra thing. I forgot the name.
No, the whole yagya happened before Ram appeared. The whole yagya was, the purpose of the yagya was to get a son. Later Ram appeared. So this is not the right version. Coming to that the horse is sacrificed. So what happens is, this horse is specially chosen, but such sacrifices are forbidden in Kali Yuga. The reason is this. So the horse was duly worshipped and sacrificed in those yagyas just to test the efficacy or the strength of the mantras being chanted by the Brahmanas. And as soon as a horse would be sacrificed, the same scriptures mention the horse would get a fresh celestial body. It was given a celestial body, and everybody could see that also. Now, some people might not believe this, but then the same scriptures who talk about the horse sacrifices, Ashwamedha Yagna, also talk about how the horse would be given a new body, a fresh body, and a superior one, a celestial body. So he was given another life. So such yagyas are prohibited in Kali Yuga, because if we can't give life to someone, we can't take somebody's life away. So therefore, these things are not to be done in Kali Yuga. We don't have those powerful priests who could chant the mantras purely and bring the person back to life, the living entity back to life, or give him a better life. So therefore, we can't do this, and it's not recommended. But in those days, the mantras, by the power of mantras, they could give the living entity a new life, a better one. So spend this whole day praying, worshipping, Aarti, Katha. We have all heard now how he was born. You can remember him, pray to him, because on this day he is very, very happy, pleased, and he's already very happy with all of you because you've spent your time hearing about him. So may Lord Ram and Mother Sita shower their choicest blessings upon all of you and your entire family. Remember, pray, chant, worship, whatever you can within your capacity. You can offer him some special bhoga, and if it's not possible to offer or do these things physically, you can do these things in your mind, and the Lord will accept them also. Within your mind, you can offer the best of things, best of fruit, milk, juices, whatever you can, food, and the Lord will accept it, because he's more concerned with our intention. And if we offer with love and devotion, he will accept it, even if it is offered in our mind. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we'll stop here. Any more questions? Comments? Shibya, are you back?
Yes, sir.
So even I want to see the magic you were talking about.
Okay. Next time?
Can we see it today on this precious day?
Not today. Today you all see and remember Lord Ram's magic.
Sir, please.
Please, we are asking since for 10 classes.
From the first class, sir.
Next session, pakka, promise. I'm promising.
Promise.
Promise. Pakka, done.
Thank
Okay?
Open.
All right. Thank you. Hare Krishna.